Hi, I'm Senator Carl Marcellino, and welcome to my Constituent Corner. This is a new issue program that we're doing, and it's going to deal with local issues of concern to the residents of the 5th Senate District. We're going to answer mail on this page. We're going to answer deal with issues of concern of a local nature that my constituent services group in my district office deals with most of the time. At the end of this show, we will have a graphic up which will give you the links to the various places where you can see this thing. Basically, it's going to be on my governmental website, senatormarcellino.com, and it's going to be on my Facebook page. If you want to have an issue addressed in this particular situation or in this particular format, you can reach me by email at marcelli@senate.state.ny.us or by just calling or writing to my district office, which is 250 Townsend Square in Oyster Bay, New York 11771. The telephone number there is 516-922-1811. The first issue I'd like to address concerns my favorite department in the New York State government, and that is the Metropolitan Transit Authority. Not really a department, but it is an independent authority operated almost on its own with a set of books, as I characterize them most of the time, as something less than the mafia produces. I trust them less than the mafia's books. They always have a deficit. They never have a surplus. They're constantly looking for more money, and they're always raising their rates. Service is dropping, ridership is dropping, and they're raising their rates. Recently, in an attempt to resolve their budget problems and eliminate a new $750 million deficit, the MTA is looking to cut everything under the sun. And what they've chosen to cut out of their $11 billion, that's billion with a B, $1 billion budget, they're looking to cut what is known as the Able Ride. The Able Ride provides a service to people who are handicapped or with disabilities who just cannot use regular transportation systems. It gives them door-to-door service. If you have to go to your doctor, you have to go shopping, you have to go to something that you need, Able Ride is there for you. And again, it's door-to-door. It's not free. It's a $7.50 round-trip fee for it. Not too exorbitant, but not free. The people who use it are generally in need of this kind of service. I've gotten letters from various people in my district. Pablo, I won't go into last names. Pablo from Locust Valley, Ann in Bayville, and Jennifer in Syosset, just to name a few. All of whom who use the service to, in one case, goes to get dialysis 3 times a week at a local hospital. Takes the ride from his house to the hospital and back again 3 times a week. This ride is being eliminated now, for the most part, for these people. On the North Shore, where you don't have regular bus service, this Able Ride is literally a lifesaver. So we're looking because of we're looking to keep it because of the narrowness of the roads. They're small roads. They're lanes. Basically, you don't have heavy traffic situations, and you're not going to get the typical MTA bus service there. In those areas where the MTA bus service still exists, Able Ride, although diminished, would still be available for these people. But again, not door-to-door, and the hours are not necessarily convenience. The total savings, I'm told, by the MTA Chairman Jay Walder, whom I've written a letter to and spoken to personally on this issue, is $1 million. $1 million out of an $11 billion budget. I've urged Mr. Walder to look for other sources to save that $1 million. This is not the way to go. You shouldn't be saving this kind of money on the back of those with disabilities and who really need the ride. This is not a welfare situation. These are people who are in serious need, and they pay for the service, and in some cases might even be willing to pay a little bit more, but if it would save their ride. I've been in touch with various entities, cab companies, local municipalities, volunteer organizations that might be able to provide this service. We're working on that right now to see if we can save this. But my sincerest hope is that the MTA realizes the error of their ways and chooses not to cut Able Ride from their system. But we're going to keep at it, and we're going to keep working on this program to make sure that it continues. Hopefully we'll be successful. Another situation that comes to mind came from a letter that was written to my office by a gentleman by the name of Tom Page. Tom is a resident of Syosset, and he wrote me a letter urging that we collect unused or leftover golf clubs that people aren't using, and ship them over to our soldiers and Marines in Afghanistan. What they're trying to do is to set up a driving range at Camp Dwyer, which is a Marine Corps base in Afghanistan, so that the soldiers, the Marines, when they're off duty, when they're not engaged in their life-risking pursuits over there in defense of that country and our freedoms and our security, can recreate a little bit and relax by whacking a golf ball a little bit. But Mr. Page said that they need some clubs and they need some golf balls. So I contacted Commissioner Ash of the Parks Department in New York State, and she and her regional director from Long Island, Ron Foley, were able to obtain over 200 golf clubs that we are shipping over to Afghanistan. And these clubs were donated for the troops, donated by Shenango Valley and the Battle Island golf courses in the central region, Soaring Eagles and Bonavista, Pinnacle, and Springbrook golf courses in the Finger Lakes region, Dinsmore Golf Course in the Taconic region, and the Bethpage State Golf Course on Long Island region. I want to thank Commissioner Ash and Ron Foley for their efforts in this situation. We've been in contact with the Marine Corps and with Sergeant Major Angela Manis, who has requested this equipment, and they're going to arrange for us to get it shipped over to Afghanistan, and this is a good idea. So we want to thank Tom Page for his efforts and working with the Parks Department. It's a good thing that we're doing, and hopefully the Marines will have some fun hitting a golf ball in their free time. And we wish them all well, and our prayers go with our troops. Thank you, and we'll be pursuing the next one of these constituent corners, hopefully answering your mail and talking about issues of concern to you. Thank you.